you wanted the best, you've got the best podcast. The hottest podcast in the world. The Chris Voss Show, the preeminent podcast with guests so smart you may experience serious brain bleed. The CEOs, authors, thought leaders, visionaries, and motivators. Get ready. Strap yourself in. Keep your hands, arms, and legs inside the vehicle at all times, because you're about to go on a monster education roller coaster with your brain. Now, here's your host, Chris Voss.
Hi, folks. It's Voss here from the ChrisVossShow.com. Ladies and gentlemen, the Iron season that makes official. Welcome to the big show. As always, the Chris Voss Show is family that loves you, doesn't judge you, at least not as harshly as the rest of your family. But hey, refer your family, friends, and relatives to the Chris Voss Show. Maybe you can get them on your side. Go to goodreads.com/Chris Voss, LinkedIn.com/Chris Voss. Chris Voss, one of the TikTokity, and all those crazy places on the internet. Today we're going to be talking with Mosongo Moukwa. Did I get that right, sir?
Yes, you got it right, Chris.
I am learning to speak every day. I still haven't mastered the language of English, so I've got that going for me as well. So we'll be talking to him about his book and insights. The book is called The Revenue Revolution. Transform your small business earnings without relying on advertising. Welcome to the show, sir. How are you?
I am doing great, Chris. Good to see you there.
Pleasure to
Thank
meet
you
you
for
as
having
well.
me on your show.
So you are a best-selling author and certified executive coach. You combine industry and entrepreneurial experience with coaching expertise to help your clients unlock their full potential. And you draw on your corporate skills and lessons from failed ventures, and you understand the psychological challenges and pains small business owners face, ultimately finding your purpose. Tell us a 30,000 overview of what's inside your book.
Yeah, the book is really it's a book that I wrote for small business owners. Mm-hmm. So it's about strategies that they could use to uncover additional revenue. And I find working with some of the people in the past, some of the clients, that they were able to find in a multiple of 6 figures. And that one, it's without additional money in advertising. So that's really the book. So the book is around the 2 foundations, the people, the process, but also a number of strategies that I share with people, that I coach them on, and those strategies that have been proven to deliver results. So that's really what the book is about.
And give us a 30,000 overview of the coaching services that you offer.
Yeah, what I offer is one-on-one coaching. So that's what I offer. So I look to work with small business owners who are, number one, committed to achieving their goals. So that's what it is. Number 2, they need to be coachable, and they need to be extremely committed. What I'm asking for them is to spend 3 to 4 hours of learning the strategies, applying them, because I provide them with videos, with articles, and so on, and we do some homework on a weekly basis. And I meet with them once a week to review what they have done, how they are progressing, and so on. And every quarter we meet again to reassess how the whole process is going. So that's really what I do. So what I provide are strategies in the area of revenue growth. I provide to them a strategy in the area of optimization, business optimization, and strategies in the area of cost savings. So that's really what I do, Chris.
So tell us a little bit about your history. How did you grow up? How did you first become an entrepreneur and get involved with all that stuff? And all that.
Yeah, actually, I was born in the Congo, so I grew up in both Congo and Belgium. So I came in the US in 1988. So that's really what my trajectory is. So I've been here for a long time.
Yeah.
So my story, Chris, is really a story of transformation and finding my true calling. So I spent over 20 years in senior leadership role with the major companies. For example, I was vice president at SC Johnson. I was a vice president of global technology at Reichhold. I was a vice president at Asian Paint. So I work with a variety of industries. And my career was somewhat punctuated with entrepreneurship. So one venture, then go back to corporate, then another venture, then back in corporate. But finally, I decided that it was time for me to take a leap of faith and venture fully in the world of entrepreneurship. And that call came when one of the companies I worked for got sold to private equity investors. So my career was extremely rewarding, filled with strategic decision making, operation, business development, R&D, mentoring young leaders, driving innovation, nurturing a number of customers, and most of whom were actually small business owners. But I felt a deep desire to create something on my own. So today I'm really helping small business owners to help them uncover those revenue opportunities, building off of my own story, because I've been an entrepreneur. I am an entrepreneur, so I understand their pain, their difficulty, and so that's really what I'm sharing there, out of my own story.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what do you find most people are struggling with that come to you for your coaching services? What's kind of one of the top things that people are trying to, get figured out and get coached on?
Yeah, they are really looking for a time and financial independence. You see, a small business owner, what they're struggling with is that they cannot find that. So when they came to run their business, they find themselves extremely busy, lots of pressures. That's for sure. And so they're dealing with those pressures, but they're also dealing with psychological challenges. So what happens is that you start your business with a dream that all entrepreneurs have, to achieve that time and financial freedom, because you want to stop to work for the man and whatnot. But we all know that if you're like most business owners, this dream has not really materialized. So you find yourself working harder, longer hours, working even harder than your own employees, facing more stress and challenges than expecting. And over time, that dream becomes then morph into a reality where you are the hardest working employee, but the lowest paid employee in your company. So it can feel like the only thing you have achieved is paying your employees, who often seem to have more time and financial freedom that you have. But there is hope, and that's the good news. There is hope, because there is an actionable pathway to success that I'm offering. And by following that, actually, one can achieve a life of personal fulfillment and financial freedom. And that really builds off of my own journey, because as an entrepreneur, I understand the world, that people are navigating. I've faced those psychological challenges that people are experiencing. I felt at the time alone, frustrated, felt stuck, looking for ways of really getting out of that situation. And I relied on many things. I relied on my past experience. I did not have a mentor. I connected with others. So I did all of those things. But when I look back, actually, I see how my struggle actually made sense. It really made sense, because at that time, I lacked a roadmap. So today I've identified a clear pathway to profit that leads to that financial freedom and personal fulfillment. So that's really what it is.
And so, imagine as you wander through your entrepreneurial journey, once you get that bug, it's hard to get rid of that addiction to that, controlling your destiny and all that good stuff. And I imagine you went through some failures, it sounds like, that taught you some lessons that really learned. What were some important lessons that you learned from some of your failures in business?
Yes, there are actually multiple. The first one that I really learned, the first one that I learned is that you cannot build the World Trade Center without foundation. So that's really that's the image that I go through. So what I've also learned is that you need to have a product market fit. That's something that I felt that is like. And then there are some requirements. If you're 100,000 and you go to that call for some type of infrastructure. If you go to higher than that, then that also called for a different kind of infrastructure, because now you have to deliver at scale. So those are some of the things. But also one of them that I've learned is that you really need to have that compelling offer, which is not just to say I have a product. What is the compelling offer? What is your position of market dominance? So those are some of the critical elements that in my practice that I find that many small business owners actually they're still missing that piece actually.
And so you help people. Tell us about some of the different programs that you have on your website for your coaching and stuff.
Yeah, the program that I have is a one-on-one coaching. So that's one, which requires that the people devote. But first of all, the overall program. Let me just say, the overall program is really around a number of strategies, because those strategies are proven to produce results, and they are actually designed to increase your revenue by at least 22% in the first year. So
wow.
if you have a business that generate if you have a business that generate 1 million annually, you could actually see additional 220,000 in profit within the first month.
Nice.
So we do that through tailored strategies in marketing, sales, and operation. And by doing so, you can then achieve a revenue growth, reduce cost, and create a self-sustaining business. Actually, that's so. So if you're a business owner out there, so imagine the relief of seeing your business thrive and finally having the freedom to enjoy your life. But the program itself, we use strategies that are proven area. So that cover those strategies I mentioned: revenue growth, cost optimization, and then a loyal customer base. So we do one-on-one coaching, but people also they can opt for self-study. Self-studying where they would have a workbook, that they can follow, and I can meet with them once a month. Whereas the one-on-one coaching, that is a weekly, sustained, weekly interaction. So that's really what it is.
Yeah.
That's what the program is.
So you also, I believe, have an offer on the show where you're giving the book away for free. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So for I was actually thinking, what can I do for your listeners out there, Chris? I thought that what I can do is that my book that talks about those strategies, they are there free. If you're a small business owner, go to my website, mosongomukwa.coach, go to resources, and you can download the book at no cost to you. You can get it. Number of strategies there. Hopefully, you can gain something there that you can use. And also, right now, I'm writing the second edition of that book. So I'm currently looking for small business owners out there who have number of employees between 1 to 12. I would like to interview them about those strategies to see if they were applied to their industry, what impact could that have. So the interview is not about their business, but the interview is about the industry, whether those strategies will make sense in their particular industry. I've tested it out and applied it with many prospects and clients in a variety of industry. I know it works, but I want to see whether some of the industry that have not tapped into, whether this will be applicable. So if that is the case, please go to my website, send me an email there, tell me that it was on Chris' show that you came across, and then I would certainly make sure that I give you priority in terms of the schedule.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting what you have to offer there, and yeah, very 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 interesting. What else have we talked about your service that we need to know about?
The service that people need to know about is that the way I coach, Chris. Obviously, we're going to have the financial enhancement, so that's one I guarantee. But I'm not coming there as a consultant. Do this, do that. I'm coming there more as a coach, because what I'm really looking for is for the individual to also grow through the process. So what typically I try to start doing with them is trying to understand their whys. Why are they actually in that business in the first place? Because I want to bring them back to that initial dream that they had. So that's one thing. And then I want for them to envision their future. If there were no barriers, what that future would look like. So within that framework, then we begin now to progress. So in other words, the coaching is somewhat of a holistic framework, because I want to attack the physical, the emotional, the environmental, and so on in that kind of way, so that at the end of the process, I want the individual not only to achieve those financial outcomes, but also to come out of it fulfilled, and so that then they could sustain those activities by themselves. They'll be happy with their family. They would have prioritized times with their son to go and see baseball and so on. They will have time to take their spouse for dinner, to have another date, which perhaps they have not done for many years. So that's what really I'm hoping to achieve, apart from just the financial enhancement.
Yeah. I mean, helping people achieve these things, get better in business. I mean, that's just so important. Just so important.
Yes.
So anyway, tell people how they can onboard with you. I mean, you do have another book. Do you want to plug that as well?
Yes,
You do have a
yes,
second
yes.
book.
Yes, I have another book that is called Be a Leader of Significance. That's a book that I'm talking about what is it leadership. It also comes from my own journey. What I've learned is that leadership really is about touching good leadership. It's about touching the hearts and mind of people, and that human connection is really at the foundation of that, and the quality of that relationship. That's really what will determine the significance of your leadership. The reason I wrote that book, actually, that book also came at the right time because today, when you look at many of the survey, you see that the engagement of employees is very low. So in the book, I have a lot of stories, I have a lot of practices there that leaders they can take and start applying to more. So that's a book there. That book is on Amazon, actually a bestseller there on Amazon. I got tremendous reviews, and I've been invited to give some talks on the topic of leadership. So that's a book is out there. Please go and get a copy. I think you'll enjoy it. It has lots of stories in that book. Good people out there. Some of you guys probably will recognize your colleagues or maybe recognize yourselves in some of those stories. So I got some good reviews there. Yeah.
Awesome sauce stuff. Awesome sauce stuff. So give people a final pitch out as we go out. Tell them where they can pick up your books, how they can get a free copy, all the services, all that good stuff.
Yes. Go to my website, mosongo.coach. Go there, go to resources, and you can download the book there. It's free of charge. Just download the PDF copy and so on. And please give me some feedback as you download, as you read the book. There are lots of strategies there that you can apply and so on. And I think you can get some good use of it, because I wrote it actually with the small business owners in mind. And now I'm looking for people to interview for the second edition of that book. So if you are small business owners out there and you have a number of employees between 1 to 12 and whatnot, and I would like to talk to you. I would like to interview you to know more about your industry. The interview is not about your business, but it's about the industry. It's about whether if those strategies were applied to your industry, what kind of impact will that have? So you'll come there as a representative of your industry, so to speak.
There you go. It was wonderful to have you on the show. Very insightful.
Yeah, I just want to tell them, when you send me an email, please mention that you heard it on Chris' show. I want to make sure that I give you preference there when I see your mail.
So thank you very much for doing that. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris.
And,
I appreciate you taking the time. Yes.
So give us your .coms as people go out, so people can find you on the interwebs.
Yes, the website is mosongo.coach. So Mosongo Moukwa, my first name and last name. So MOSONGO, Moukwa, MOUKWA, all in one word, .coach, COACH. So go in there and you'll find a number of resources there. You'll find the blogs there you can read and so on. But do download the book if you're small business owners. It's going to help you in your activity or perhaps inspire you. But do give me feedback also as you're reading the book.
Feedback is always important as well. So thank you very much for coming to the show. Thanks, Monis, for tuning in. Go to goodreads.com/Chris Voss, LinkedIn.com/Chris Voss, Chris Voss, one that's TikTokity, and all those crazy places on the internet. Thanks for tuning in. Be good to each other. Stay safe. We'll see you next time. And that should have us out.